YouTube, how's it going? My name is Demetrius B. I am the Box Truck Prince, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how I hired my first driver. Just recently got my first driver, guys, so I'm going to be sharing the experience with you. How it happened, how did I acquire my driver, how can you acquire a driver for your business, what are some of the best methods to acquire your drivers. Yeah, that's what we're going to go over in today's particular video. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with a brief monologue on how I found my driver, and we'll get into the process of what you can do to get your first driver, or as many drivers as you need potentially. Let's get right into it. All right, so let's talk about how I acquired my driver. You guys know that, well, most of you know that I am a big, huge, humongous fan of utilizing my network. So that's the first thing that I always go to. If my network doesn't have what I'm looking for, I go and go to other methods at that point in time. So the first thing I always do is reach out to my network, friends, family, people that I know, other entrepreneurs that are in different spaces, to see if they have the resources that I need. And I found my first driver through reaching out to my network. I have a friend of mine who, he works for me now. He's my driver. Basically, he's been a friend of mine for almost 10 years. So I trust him. And he's been driving box trucks for about 3 years now. Didn't even know about it. Driving box trucks for 3 years now. So he actually quit his job to come work for me. So yeah, that's how it happened, So basically the footage that you're seeing right now is footage that I, acquired as I was training him pretty much. So, I trained him for about 2 weeks. And after that, after the 2 week period, I cut him loose. He's been driving now for about 2 weeks. So it's been about a month since he's been with me. And, things are going great. Things are going great, guys. So it's just about reaching out to your network, utilize your network if you can to find what you need. Also, let's go ahead and talk about the driver pay. We were able to work out a deal essentially. All he requires is what he was making on his previous job. And then on top of that, because of the way that, I'm running my business currently, we've only been doing one load per night essentially. And that takes about 3 to 5 hours to do. So, he's making the same amount that he was making on his previous job, sometimes a little more, depending on if he gets 2 loads a night. And without doing half the work, he was working on a 12-hour job, guys. 12 hours a day. So this is a way better situation. And then on top of that, as we end slow season and things start to pick up, he's going to be able to make as much money as he wants to, essentially. Just put him in the truck and let him run. And that's just doing short routes, too. We haven't even done any long routes as well. So, yeah, that's how I acquired my driver. We're going to switch back over to the computer now. And we're going to get right into how to look for a driver if you can't find one through your network. Let's get right into it. This is how you can find a driver. Okay. First place that you can go to is Facebook. There are tons of Facebook groups for box trucking on Facebook. So you can just choose one. I'm a part of this one. This is Coach Sheldon's box truck group on Facebook. And you can search for a driver here. Also, you can go to the other ones as well. Facebook is a great place to look. Just make sure that you screen your drivers as you would any other employee. maybe we can get into that after the methods. I'll talk to you about what I look for in a driver, which is the biggest, making sure that we'll get into it after we go through the methods. So Facebook is one. Another place that you can look is on Indeed. You can create postings on Indeed as well to look for drivers. Same thing with a Craigslist. That's another place you can look for a driver. And another one that a lot of people don't talk about is you can look up trucking temp agencies in your particular area, and you can find drivers that way. You can even go, let's say if you run into a situation where you have a customer, right, that needs more capacity than you have at the time, you can go rent the truck, potentially a semi truck or a box truck, and the trailer, go to a temp agency to go fill in that gap that you need, right? Because if you have to have that capacity to land this contract, that might be a way that you can potentially do it. So those are the methods and what you can do. Just some of the ways that you can look for a potential driver. All right. Another portion of this is to just be able to use your emotional intelligence to gauge, whether or not you can trust this person that you're getting ready to hire. Also, to be able to trust, the fact that, when you put this person behind the wheel, that they are capable of, being able to handle the vehicle, be able to drive the vehicle properly. And it takes time to be able to cultivate what you're looking for in an employee. It takes time to be able to build that employee up and get them on your program, because you may have drivers that drive too fast. You may have drivers that just a bunch of different situations. They have to understand logistics. You you may have to teach them and kind of understand your way of thinking when it comes to logistics, how to save time on routes, things of that nature. So that takes time. Be patient with your employees, guys. Be patient with people that you hire, because the payoff is going to be great. Because if you can duplicate yourself, then you could have that driver train your next driver, and then have that driver train your next driver. Just repeat the process over and over again. That way you replace yourself and you can go do other things, right? So also, let's talk about when you should get a driver. I think personally you should get a driver when you are ready, when you are comfortable to scale your business. I think everybody should start off doing this on their own first. That way they completely understand the ins and outs of driving, of trucking, it's important for you to know as a business owner, before you put somebody behind the wheel and then you don't understand what to do in certain situations. And you'll know when the time is right for you to hop out and hire somebody. For me, it was about 3 months in, about a month ago, I'd say it was about 3 months in, where I realized, okay, like I could do a lot more damage. I could do a lot more damage in my business if I'm outside the truck. So at least a lot more than I currently am. I'm still driving, guys. Don't get it twisted. I still am driving. I haven't been uploading that lately, but I still currently am driving. So, but because I am outside the business, we've been working on things. I've been working on things in the business itself, growing things inside the business itself, that I can't wait to show all of you once those things are acquired. It's just going to take more time. So, all right, you guys, let's get right into it. Let's talk about what I am looking for, right? When I'm looking for a driver, I'm looking for somebody that is clean, okay? verifiable experience and a clean motor vehicle report. And it has to be somebody that I can trust. I knew a lot of things based off of my intuition, and if I get a weird vibe from somebody, then I'm not gonna go with that person. Like, it's the same situation when I was trying to buy the second truck. I looked at a couple trucks or a few trucks before this particular one, and certain things that the sellers were saying was they just weren't adding up, or they didn't have the maintenance records, things of that nature, right? So you kind of have to use the same sort of judgment when it comes to hiring people as well, because if somebody makes a mistake in your trucking business, right, it could be detrimental to your business. It could shut you down. They could put you out of service, things of that nature. I look for, I look to basically be able to mold myself essentially in my employees, because, when it comes to building your business and scaling your business, having employees that you can basically rely on and can kind of think the way that you think is very valuable. So that's what I look for in, when I hire people. I look for somebody with clean MVR, verifiable experience, and just a clean persona in general, who is going to represent your company. That's what you got to think about when you're hiring somebody. Who is going to represent your company, all of that. So that is going to be it for this particular video, guys. Real short, real quick one, real informational. And this is kind of going to come for some of you that haven't started yet. I know a lot of you are new. This is probably going to come later on, or if you're just starting out, because I know most of you want to drive for yourself. You want to get out of the current situation that you're in, and you want to work for yourself. So this will definitely be something that you'll do down the line, essentially. And for some of you, that's not the case. Some of you do have jobs that you want to stay on, and this is just a form of passive income that you are looking to do. So hiring a driver would be good for you. So yeah, I hope you guys have gained some sort of value, some sort of information, some sort of knowledge from this video. I really hope that you guys have done that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My name is Demetrius B. I am the Box Truck Prince, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, guys.